I'm learning. I think now that I have 2 teenagers, my daughter's been teaching me this for a while, but that I need to be a student of them
Mm,
now and just
mhm,
enter into
mhm.
their interests. What makes Lindy excited? What makes Finn excited? What is he into? And I've never been into video games, but Finn loves a couple of these games, and so I've sat down and learned how to play, and I don't personally enjoy the act of playing the video game,
Right.
but like I enjoy the company and the laughter and like the stoke that he gets when I'm spending that time with him. You know,
Mhm.
so those are some of the things that I've been learning and trying to do better at is just to lay down my preferences for the activity.
Yeah. Okay, so 2 things come up for me. I think this is really important for dads to hear as as you were sharing. You said, be a student of your kids, right? So be a student of them, and I think we go, well, I want my kid to be a student of me, and I would say yes, you want them to be a student of you, but from what you're shared, I would say not of what you do, so surfing, whatever, but who you are, and you could learn who somebody is whether you're playing basketball or you're playing football, right?
Hmm.
If you show up with a good attitude, right? If it's about you being really good at whatever it is that you're doing, kind of missing the point, right? Because you want your kids to know who you are. And this came back to me when you were talking about the egomaniac dad on the sideline. I think in a lot of things we do, we don't pause to ask ourselves, why do we do this in the first place? Why is my kid playing soccer? Or why are we surfing? And I think sometimes we get caught up in the Instagram, the competitive, the whatever piece. When if you boil it down, you're like, wait a second, this is really about connection. And I think sometimes the way that we are showing up as dads, we could destroy the opportunity for connection
Hmm.
because we have an agenda, right? We have an agenda that we want to go surfing with my kid tomorrow morning, and we made it suck for them and for us when we could have played basketball when it was a little bit more convenient for them or they were available. And then that connection piece happened because it was less about what we were doing, but how we're doing whatever the thing is that we're doing. Um, and I think that would help us dads more if we paused and reflected on why we're doing what we're doing.
Yeah. I think it just comes down to a heart question. It's
Yeah.
we enter into what our kids are doing. We're a student of our kids because we want to know their heart. And we can only cultivate their heart if we know their heart. And
Hmm.
so I found that, by being a student of my kids, entering in their interests and not forcing them to my own has given me a space to speak where they
Hmm.
they will listen versus like, no, you're going to do this and that, and you're going to, l- enjoy the things I enjoy and do the things I do and be interested in the thing I'm interested in. That's not paying attention to their heart, and that's not stewarding a
Hmm.
heart. Um, I think we double down on values. Like that's why we have Grace Fi. So these are core values that's central to biblically based foundations of being an awesome human that loves Jesus. Like that's what I preach. That's what I want to impart. But everything else, it's a matter of really getting to know them so that I can be a safe place for them to land when
Ah.
when
Hmm.
it's hard, when they
Hmm.
screw up. And I'm not perfect at this any stretch. My daughter reminds me every day. It's been one of the most humbling experiences is raising her and formational too. Just I've yeah. So that's a whole other conversation. And I love you have a few daughters, so I have a lot to learn from you too. But yeah.